I think it was probably in about 2021, close to when Tre was hitting 17, 18, where we decided that maybe having a vinyl record store would be the thing to do.
But immediately I was just like, a record store. That sounds like a great project, great fit. I would love to be a part of it.
This started when Tre was just a really young child. He would pretty frequently say, "When can I own a..."
Tre's view of being an owner began when he was looking at his elementary school, and he realized that there would be a better way to configure the elementary school.
So he just always had kind of that entrepreneurial wanting to do big things. And so, at some point, I think when he was in middle school, we started to recognize that perhaps he was going to be better suited for an entrepreneurial lifestyle than go the corporate route like his mom did. Vinyl records really became the thing for him. I want to say in about 2018 or 2019, we went to Olson's Hi-Fi just to check them out. And Tre had all sorts of questions about the turntable and how it works and the speakers and how they work. They put on a piece of vinyl for him. And from that moment on, he was pretty hooked. So we bought a turntable, we started buying the vinyl. I think it was probably in about 2021 or so, about close to when Tre was hitting 17, 18, where we decided that maybe having a vinyl record store would be the thing to do.
He and I started looking at properties. And about a year and a half before last November, we were interested in a few other spaces down on the water in Edmonds, and then we found this space and it was ideal. It was exactly what we wanted, so we said, let's jump on it.
We started working on a business plan, and then just by, serendipity, this space right here became open. It's in the neighborhood that we live in, the neighborhood that Tre grew up in, and so we kind of put a rush on it. Let's go make it happen. When we first came in here, it had been a beauty salon for a number of years, which we knew because we lived in the neighborhood for years. And then it was a dog grooming shop. Had popcorn ceilings. It didn't look anything like it looks now. So we knew immediately that we needed to have someone come in and help us remodel the space.
So I worked on destruction, and then so I could find a contractor who can construct and get it to the space and the optimalness that we wanted.
That first phone call that we received from Dayna was really nice to see. They were a previous client of ours, and we had done a beautiful deck for them on the back of their home. And luckily for them, they just lived 2 blocks from here. And she reached out, she told me they were interested in doing a tenant improvement project on this possible new record store that their son would be running, and I just immediately got excited about it. I'm a musician as well. So I'm a drummer, I love music, but immediately I was just like, a record store. That sounds like a great project, great fit. I would love to be a part of it. And I'm sure that came across in how I received her phone call, so that was exciting for us. I know they were interested in really wanting to design a space that really reflected the music store, but not only a music store, but really their personalities. Neat and tidy, clean, somewhere that's really comfortable, people can hang out and shop and look at records. And ultimately, we decided, hey, it's probably worth bringing on an interior designer. And that's when we actually knew this perfect designer for this. This gal's a little bit alternative, kind of just plays the role a little bit, and I thought the personalities would be a good fit, and that was Samantha Black Studios, interior design.
Samantha, I think she did a really wonderful job of giving Tre a voice and making sure that he was the final decision maker. It would have been so easy for her just to defer to us as his parents, and consistently she made sure she made eye contact with him and that she asked him explicitly what he wanted. So that really, that means a lot to Dayna and I know it meant a lot to Tre. And so, the result of that is this space is really what he wanted, and what his vision that he and Samantha agreed to, which I think is really wonderful because it's the space he's going to be. So the naming of the store really originated. Tre got into guitars and guitar pedals and all those things during the pandemic. And there's a website, reverb.com, where you can go and buy and sell used things. And we started wanting to resell some things. And we had to give our store a name. And so I was just like, well, there's a lot of T's. You know, you're Tre, I'm Tammy, Dayna Tolman. So why don't we just call it TNT? So that's why we came up with the name for that. And then when it came time to have the record store, Tre's like, well, let's just stick with TNT. I really like that name. I don't want it to mean dynamite, and I don't want it to mean anything other than it's just TNT. It's like, that's cool, that's awesome.
And it's a very large door. It's a very custom door. Frank Lumber, the door store, did a fantastic job of putting this together. And what's nice is understand that, you know, Tre actually had a client walk in, and he wasn't in a position to actually greet that client at that time. And he was able to quickly close the door, and without it slamming, it has a soft close mechanism, both soft close and soft open. So you can throw this door, and when it hits, it'll just slowly close itself. And it's just a great feature.
It was just, that little detail is so critical in this environment and what we all deal with.
I would say one of the most exciting things for me is actually right behind me, this slatted wall. We've done this before in a master bedroom remodel, master suite remodel, as a headboard. And I know through Samantha's design aspects, it was really the functionality of it. There's a heater in the back office room, and how to get that commercial style heat to actually come into the space. And she created this slat so that the airflow would come right through.
When we got the keys, you know, when Tenholzen said, we're done, it's yours, the city passed inspection. I think Scott would probably agree that was a really great moment for all of us because we'd been through some things together.
After a long journey, city delays, permitting delays, product delays, running into a situation where we had to cut the cabinets down to lower the counter height, just little customization things we had to do and really absorb as a company a little bit. I was happy to do because the end product would just shine. And for when they were able to get the keys, open their store, start putting records in the store.
Giving up the key that we intentionally had look like a musical instrument. So the key that all of the workers had to get every day was a musical instrument key. So we had to say goodbye to that, but then we had to just say, hey, this could be your future, Tre. This is so exciting. And what I loved about it is when we had it, it was just like, here's the key, gave it to him first. Let him open the door, let him go through the space, you know, so it was a really cool moment because it meant so much to all of us. We all had put so much effort into it and so much thought and decisions and time, significant amount of time, but also realizing that this is something we've been working on for probably a good 2 or 3 years. So yeah, I would say it was big.
So blessed that it is what it is now. It's here, it's operating, and I'm just excited to see what comes of it, and I'm wishing them the absolute best that it's successful.